Hello everyone, welcome back to Chian Movies. Today I will be sharing with you a comedy film, titled Overboard. Let's dive right in. Widow Kate Sullivan is a single mother of 3 daughters who is studying to become a nurse while working 2 jobs at the same time, carpet cleaning and pizza delivery at her friend Teresa's restaurant. Because of this, she doesn't have time to have a personal life, having to pick up her daughters from school while delivering pizzas and dropping them at his mother Grace's house. Things get more complicated when Grace announces she won't be able to babysit anymore. Because she's gotten a part in a local play, so Kate starts taking her daughters with her to work. By the time night falls and she put the girls to bed, she is so tired, she can barely study at all. Meanwhile, Leonardo Montenegro is living a life of luxury, thanks to his father's money. He is currently traveling on a yacht with his butler Colin and a bunch of beautiful women, ignoring the constant calls from his family. Papi Montenegro is sick and he doesn't think he has much time left to live, so he wants Leonardo to come back to Mexico so he can hand his company to him. This frustrates Leonardo's sisters Magdalena and Sofia, because he's good for nothing. He doesn't know anything about business while Magdalena has always worked in the company and Sofia managed the charitable division, so they should be the ones to get it. Tired of hearing his daughters fight over this, Papi Montenegro sends Magdalena to the USA to bring Leonardo back. Kate's next carpet cleaning job ends up being at Leonardo's yacht. When she enters his room, she finds him still there and accidentally sees his bottom, noticing his tattoo of Speedy Gonzalez. Leonardo is nice to her at first, but he quickly begins making rude comments about her looks, and Kate also hears him talk to Colin, telling him to fire the chef because his food is boring and not showing an ounce of care. While Kate starts cleaning, Leonardo leaves with 2 very hot chicks whose noses he keeps booping, only for his jacuzzi fun to be interrupted when Magdalena arrives to give him the news about their father. Leonardo once again shows no sympathy for another human being and tells Magdalena they'll go back by yacht instead of plane, which could mean Papi could die before they arrive, and that he can be the company's face but she can be the one to manage it, causing her to be even more furious at him. Moments later, when Kate is about to start cleaning another room, Leonardo asks her to bring him fruit, which she refuses to do because it's not her job. This displeases Leonardo, who decides to fire Kate on the spot and refuses to pay her for the part that she's already done. Kate starts insulting him, calling him self-absorbed and boring without his daddy's money, and their argument takes so long that the yacht starts taking off with her still in it. She tries to warn the captain, but he can't hear her because the music is so loud, and Leonardo tells her to jump, but she won't do it because she wants to be paid first. Since he doesn't want her annoying him for the rest of the trip, Leonardo gets rid of her by pushing her into the water and through the carpet cleaning equipment as well. The carpet cleaning company fires Kate, and on top of that, she owes them $3,000 for the cleaning machine that got destroyed. The carpet cleaning company fires Kate, and on top of that, she owes them $3,000 for the cleaning machine that got destroyed. She only has $42 left in her account and doesn't know how she will survive, and Teresa can't help her because her husband Bobby spent their savings on a boat. When night falls, Leonardo is trying to get intimate with a woman in his yacht room, but finds no protection left in his drawer. Since Colin won't pick up the phone because he's on his dinner break, Leonardo goes to the ship deck to find the package he hid on the couch, and suddenly, the yacht's fault engine makes the ship shake, causing Leonardo to slip off. He holds onto the rails and tries to call for help, but the captain still has the music playing too loud. His sister is on the phone, and Colin is watching TV with the rest of the crew, so nobody can hear him. Leonardo falls into the ocean and wakes up the next morning on the beach with amnesia and no recollection of his identity. A police officer finds him wandering around town and takes him to the hospital, where Leonardo shows that while he may not remember who he is, he still keeps his spoiled brat attitude towards employees. Magdalena finds him there a few hours later, but he sees the amnesia as an opportunity and tells the doctor this man isn't her brother. After buying an urn from a funeral home and filling it with ashes from a campsite grill, she returns home and tells the family that Leonardo has died, causing Papi Montenegro to decide to give her control of the company instead. In the meantime, things keep getting worse for Kate. Now she's received a notice to vacate the house because she hasn't paid rent. When she goes to Teresa's pizza place for work, they see on the news that Leonardo is in the hospital with amnesia, and Teresa gets an idea for Kate to get her revenge. She asks one of her employees for help making fake documents, and a few days later, both women visit the hospital and present the paperwork that says Kate is Leonardo's wife. The nurse gives Kate all the belongings they found on him when he was admitted, but it's just a paper bag with the rubbers Leonardo had gotten that night. This freaks her out and she tries to leave in her car, but Teresa convinces her to do this at least for a month until she graduates, reminding her it's for her daughters. Kate accepts it under that reasoning and puts away the paper bag in the glove box before going back inside. Leonardo can't believe he's married, not even after Kate shows him the fake papers and an edited picture of them, so to convince him, Kate shows she knows about his Speedy Gonzales tattoo. The doctor lets her take him home with him, where Kate's daughters had already been told to lie. Olivia and Molly run to him and hug him while calling him dad, but the oldest girl, Emily, stays a bit cold and distant, which Kate blames on her being a teenager, but it's actually because she doesn't approve of this plan. Leonardo thinks it's weird and none of them look like him, so Kate tells him he's sterile and they used a donor. The lies keep piling up. They tell Leonardo he's the provider of the house and that he had been fired before the accident, but Bobby recently has done Kate a favor and got him a job at his construction company. She also tells him he used to be an addict that is now clean, so he can't drink alcohol anymore, and they had a deal that while she studies for her exam, he is supposed to do all the cleaning and cooking. Leonardo continues not to believe anything, and Kate tries using the BOOP she's seen him use on women, but that only freaks him out more and causes him to escape through the bathroom window, only to be seen by Kate and be sent back inside. When dinner time comes, he ends up making a mess in the kitchen, but at least the pasta is edible even if he doesn't like the plain con sauce. Kate puts the girls to bed and Emily takes the chance to point out that Leonardo could babysit Olivia and Molly so she can finally hang out with other teens at the pool, because it isn't fair that Leonardo only does Kate's chores. Kate turns the idea down, however, because she refuses to leave her kids alone with a pervert. Afterward, Leonardo tries to sleep with her even if he still doesn't remember her, so Kate makes up another lie and tells him he and his sponsor had an idea to help him stay clean and no intimacy until he makes it to 30 days without drinking. Leonardo ends up sleeping in the garden shed with a bottle. The following morning, Bobby picks Leonardo up and takes him to his first construction job. The other employees are friendly, but also tease him for his soft hands that show he's never worked before. Leonardo asks for some paperwork or errands-related chores to no avail. Bobby has him digging up dirt and he gets made fun of again when he has trouble moving the wheelbarrow, accidentally falling on a pile of dirt. He also gets to experience how the rich owner of the house is rude to them for just being his workers. By the time he makes it home, he's incredibly exhausted, but Kate still gives him a list of chores to do. Leonardo goes to the convenience store for groceries, where one of the former Yacht employees sees him and thinks his face. After seeing a cooking magazine with some pasta tips, he purchases some ingredients that weren't on the list and surprises his family with a much more delicious sauce than what they used to eat straight from the can. The girls praise his cooking, but Kate tries to keep it down, since this plan is supposed to make him feel bad as revenge. While Kate studies and sleeps more in a week than she had done in months, Leonardo continues to try to get used to his work tools, and every failure gets more teasing from his co-workers. During lunch, he tries to explain how he feels something is wrong, that he doesn't feel like he's living the right life, that he can't recognize his wife, and that he is just an ATM to her. The other men reply that's what married life is like after so many years, that he should be thankful he has a job and a beautiful family at the end of the day waiting for him, and that he should act like a man. This gives him a lot to think about. When he returns home in the evening, he brings Kate some frozen yogurt because that's what she had told him they used to have together on dates, and promises he'll try harder from now on. Back in Mexico, Sofia misses her brother since he's always been the only one that believed in her, and it's hard to move on when his death has been so mysterious because Magdalena refuses to offer any details. When she finds the phone number of the funeral home on the bottom of the urn, she calls to ask for a death certificate, which of course doesn't exist. Finding this very strange, she starts making various calls including the police, but nobody knows anything about the death of a rich man. She also calls Colin, who confirms nobody ever found Leonardo's body, while Magdalena pretends to be happy that their father is suddenly feeling better and won't die after all. On paying day, Leonardo is proud to receive his first check and gets to go home earlier. He finds Molly in the front yard having trouble with her bicycle and promises to teach her how to ride without training wheels after putting the groceries away. Inside, Emily takes advantage his home to leave him taking care of her sisters and asks for permission to go to the pool, which Leonardo grants her. When Kate returns from work, she finds her daughter at the pool and drags her out, scolding her for breaking the rules all the way back to the house, grounding her when they arrive. Leonardo, who had been bonding and watching football with Molly and Olivia, tries to make her understand that Emily is just a teenager and they need to be more understanding. Kate slips and calls the girls her kids, and Leonardo takes it as an insult towards his sterility. So after reminding her he's spent all day working for them and that he's the provider, he leaves the house and ends up at an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting after he almost got drunk because of the fight. After night falls, Kate checks the fridge and sees all the meals and snacks Leonardo has made for the girls, making her appreciate him a little more. When he comes home, they both apologize to each other. Kate has ungrounded Emily, and to take some stress off her shoulders, Leonardo has accepted to take her shifts at Teresa's pizza place. He also promises to entertain the girls on Sunday so his wife can study more. Kate is very grateful for this, and when he accidentally cuts his hand in the kitchen, she applies her nurse knowledge to take care of the wound, gaining his praise for her bedside manners. Finally taking some pity on him, Kate lets him sleep on the couch. Leonardo starts working both the pizza delivery job and the construction job, where he has to move incredibly heavy cement bags made by his father's company, which he doesn't remember. On Sunday, he drops Emily at the pool, only to get overprotective and drag her out when she sees him chatting with a boy. Emily can't help crying because she's miserable, feeling like nobody in this town pays attention to her, unlike their last neighborhood where she was super popular. Leonardo offers words of comfort and support, gaining her trust, and after she promises she won't do anything stupid, he lets her go back to the pool. Afterward, he takes Olivia to her football game, where he proudly cheers for her during the whole match. After everyone is done with their respective activities, Leonardo takes them all bicycle riding and then buys frozen yogurt for everyone. When Molly asks him if he'll someday leave like many other dads often do, he promises he won't. The following day, Kate takes her test and feels pretty confident in her success. This also means, however, she finally must tell Leonardo the truth. But when she goes home, he finds him getting dinner for the girls, who love his cooking, and seeing all the family together and happy like that makes Kate not confess. Instead, she makes up another lie and tells him it's their anniversary, so they go out to celebrate. After dancing for hours at a club one of Leonardo's co-workers performs, they go for a walk by the docks, where Leonardo makes up some romantic story behind the reason why ships sometimes honk 3 times. This convinces Kate to finally kiss him, and that night, they make love. A couple of days later, after Leonardo has proudly finished his first construction job, he decides to go shopping for some snacks while Kate waits for her test results. When he gets in the car, he discovers the paper bag with the rubbers that Kate left there since the hospital, and since he's supposed to be sterile, he thinks she's cheating on him. When he confronts her, Kate uses the chance to tell him the truth, but Leonardo doesn't understand and thinks she's just dismissing him. Kate then tries to make the girls tell him the truth as well, but they stick to the lie because they like Leonardo and want him to keep being their dad. Still upset, Leonardo threatens to leave, but Teresa decides to save the day by telling him the rubbers are hers and Kate has been covering up for her because she's an intimacy addict and Bobby doesn't know about it yet. Leonardo believes the story, and all this drama is quickly forgotten when the girls see an email on Kate's computer saying she's passed the test and she is a nurse now. The whole family decides to celebrate by having a picnic with friends, where the same yacht employee from the market sees Leonardo and finally remembers who he is. He sends a picture to the captain, who shows it to Papa Montenegro and his daughters right while they are having the funeral. Back in the picnic, Leonardo decides that since he can't remember the first time they did it, he asks Kate to marry him again to renew their vows, and Kate accepts. The family spends that night together in a tent by the shore. The next day, Leonardo's father and sisters show up at Kate's house. Their presence brings back Leonardo's memories, who gets truly upset when he realizes Kate has been lying to him all this time. Kate apologizes to him, but Leonardo still leaves with his real family in their fancy limo, causing the girls to cry and go after him. Molly gets on her bicycle and even tries to follow him, but the car is too fast for her to keep up. The Montenegro family has lunch together on the yacht, where Papi Montenegro announces the company is going to Leonardo after all and not Magdalena. Leonardo tries to tell her he'll want her help because he's new at this, and mentions changes he wants to make to favor the construction workers, like smaller cement bags that won't hurt their backs. Magdalena thinks this is insane, but Papi Montenegro still wants his son to be the heir and not his daughters. Sometime after dinner, Leonardo goes to grab his drink by himself, which makes it the first time he's ever stepped in the yacht kitchen. He remembers how he hated rich bastards like himself while working construction and now feels like he doesn't know where he fits, so Colin tells him he has the unique experience of having seen life from both perspectives when most people only know the world they were born into. This gives him a lot to think about. Meanwhile, Kate and the girls go to see Grace's play, and seeing her mom pursue her dreams and not to have regrets at her old age inspires her to go after Leonardo, and the only way to do this is to borrow Bobby's boat. At the yacht, Papi Montenegro gets upset when he realizes Leonardo is making their ship go back because he wants to reunite with Kate. Magdalena supports Leonardo's romanticism, but Sofia calls her out on her plan to get the company, revealing she's been doing some research and has finally discovered that her sister abandoned Leonardo at the hospital on purpose. As the family starts arguing again, Leonardo hears a ship honking 3 times and guesses it's a sign from Kate, so he rushes to the deck and finds out she's come for him together with her daughters, Bobby and Teresa. Instead of getting closer though, the ships are moving further apart because Papi Montenegro has taken advantage of Leonardo's distraction to turn the yacht around in the direction of Mexico. So after declaring his love for Kate, Leonardo jumps into the water, followed closely by Kate doing the same after telling him she loves him too. The two of them begin swimming toward each other, only for Leonardo to stop when he hears his father promising to take him off his will if he chooses Kate over the family. After a long, pointless argument, Leonardo chooses Kate over money, and the couple finally reunites in the water and shares a kiss. Some days later, Colin shows up at Kate's house to tell Leonardo the yacht had been a birthday gift from his father to him, so if he sells it, he'll be a millionaire again. Leonardo and Kate decide to get married on the yacht before selling it, with the captain acting as officiant. The future is bright ahead of them. Kate is working as a nurse, Sofia is now in charge of the family company while Magdalena has been sent to do the charity work, Grace gets a better role in a new play, and Papi Montenegro decides to buy the yacht not because he forgives Leonardo, but because he's become fond of his new granddaughters. Here the story has sweet end. Hope you guys enjoyed the story. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos. See you in the next video.